Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We have an Ibanez, an older Ibanez 4-string bass on the bench. It's got some issues. It was bought on the cheap by someone who was getting rid of the guitar and didn't know what it was, and the guy that owns it now asked me to look at it, evaluate it, and tell him what we find. I've already checked it out a little bit, and yeah, if I seem a little weirded out, it's because we've got some problems here. So if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Let's get to work. This is the next one. So what we have is a 4-string Ibanez bass guitar. It's got Ibanez, the original Ibanez pickups in it. I haven't taken any measurements. This guitar, the story on it is that he bought it on the cheap from someone who didn't know what it was and just wanted to get rid of it. And the guy said, "Okay, I'll give you a few bucks for it." Then he gave it to me to kind of look at. Now, the Ibanez 5-string in the previous video is the same owner of this guitar. So he said, that's the 5-string. You saw that video, or you're looking at that video, and we're doing a couple of part series on that one. He goes, this one, that's his main guitar that he owned, but he liked this one because it's a 4-string version of the same guitar. He said, "Len, take it and tell me what you think." It's pretty grungy. It's way grungy. It's got a broken tuner. Tuning machine snapped off in there. I already sourced out some Geiger tuning machines for it, only because they're good, they're cheaper. The Grovers, which is what I would like to put in there, are probably worth more than the guitar is in this state. So we ordered some Geiger tuners for it. They'll be in tomorrow. Grungy, nasty dirtiness. I'm going to need a tetanus shot after I'm done with this. But we're going to do an initial checkout. Like I said, it's got a broken tuner. It's missing a string, obviously. The bridge is gacked. Just absolutely needs to come off of the guitar to be cleaned. And all of the tuners, I would say the same thing. Take them off, clean them. All the knobs are, I've got some, without even plugging it in and checking it out, there's some loose electronics going on here. This knob is loose. This knob is loose. I'm assuming this is a blend knob. This one seems to be okay. It seems to be tight, but it's a little loose. Let's plug it in and see what happens first. This is an older, I haven't run the numbers on this guitar. It's an SR300. I haven't run the numbers on this. I don't know what the age is. I'm going to guess this is an 80s guitar, just by looking at it and seeing what's going on. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The bridge is gacked beyond all belief. But let's see if it makes any noise. Turn the amp on. I did check to see if it had a battery in it. It does. It's missing the E string. That can't be good. That could just be a dirty pot. And funny enough, that's the only one that's tight. All the other ones are loose. This one is wonky as hell. But it's working. So let's figure out what's going on here. It's got a middle position. That's got a middle position. It is an active bass. I did check it. It's got a brand new battery in it. Instead of playing it, I'm just going to I'm going to assume this is neck volume. Yes, it is. Alright, so we have volume. No, that's a tone, that's a volume. This must be the other volume. Why does this one have a center position? Right. That one all the way up has bridge. This one all the way up has nothing. This is your master volume. This is your blend. Yep, that's why it's got a center position. Center is both pickups. All the way to the left is the neck pickup. All the way to the right is the bridge pickup. A bass blend. That knob is wonky as hell too, and it's got a top and bottom with no center. And that's a tone of some sort. That must increase, or it's a bass cut or active cut. That's your master tone, master volume, blend. Yeah, okay. Master volume, master tone, blend, pickup blend, and this is either a splitter or a bass cut stacked pot. And they're all loose and wonky. So, wow. Okay, let's shut that down. We got a preliminary electronics checkout, but I think everything's working properly. They're going to need some serious cleaning and or tightening, both. And the bridge is, damn, I'm going to need a tetanus shot after I work on this bridge. It is just green stuff going on down in there. The actual screw heads are filled with gook. That bridge has to come out. Strings have to come off. All the tuning pegs are going to come off. We're going to put new tuning pegs on it. Yahtzee. I can't even really check out the action on the guitar, although I will tell you, by looking down the neck, it looks like a banana. But there's no string tension on it. With missing a tuning peg and the strings are basically almost ready to rust apart, I can't do much with that. The fretboard and the frets need attention, of course. We're going to concede we got loose hardware. Let's just check out some of the other stuff. And oh, by the way, the battery cover is no bueno. It's missing. And they have the coolest kind of tape I've ever seen. A zebra stripe tape holding the battery in. Well, we've all seen that. And it appears as though they've had Velcro or some other kind of tape holding that in. We may or may not be able to repair that. At least the battery works because all the electronics are semi-working. Neck screws are all tight. Tight. I don't know if I would call them tight. I would call them seized up, probably. Doesn't matter about the tuning pegs and the tuning machines because, damn. Wow, this guitar is going to need the full Monty. I am going to, in this video, open up this, though, really quickly and make sure, before we go any further, that the truss rod is actually working. Because if that's not working, there's no sense going any further. Make sure I'm still in the movie. Yeah, this old girl needs some love, and she needs, that tuning peg is bent. This old girl needs some love, but you know what? I'm pretty sure we can get her back to her former glory. Let's just see what's going on in here. Well, this is probably going to be a 4mm. If the truss rod works, I'm confident that I can get this guitar back to working properly and playing. Now, I said I'm confident. I didn't say that I guarantee it. Pretty sure that's a 4mm. All I'm doing right now is checking to see if the truss rod is working. It is a 4mm. And we know it's in a banana, so it needs to be tightened up for sure. But that could be because we don't. The truss rod is working. We're going to put this in a straight condition because that's where it needs to be. It doesn't have any string tension on it. And it was way banana. Oh, that truss rod is working. That's good news. I was able to get it into a straight condition. It's still a little banana, but we're going to give it one last little turn. Because it could be sitting around for a little while we're waiting to get to work on it. But I have confidence. I've worked on these basses before and they're generally pretty stable. The truss rod is working. It's got problems up here, broken tuning machine. We're going to replace them all. We check the electronics. We know both pickups are working. We got some wonky hardware here. Wonky electronics. Just real quick on this initial checkout, I wonder, let's make sure somebody didn't get in here and booger this up before I step on my shoelaces and trip and fall. This looks copacetic and it's just a loose pots and need to be tightened up, then we'll be okay. Oh, pristine. It even has the original cushion for the onboard electronics. I think it's just that the pots are loose. Oh, that's encouraging. This all looks really, really, really new. I don't know. It looks original. To me, you know, when you first open up a cover, you never know what you're going to encounter. I don't see that anybody has been in here boogering around this. It's got a barrel type output jack. This little guy right here, this thing right here, let me get it up in the camera. That is just a little pad that covers up the circuit board. Right underneath that whole square thing is the circuit board for the onboard preamp. And that seems to be working. and it looks completely original in here. I think that this guitar has just been dragged behind somebody's food truck for who knows how many years. I'm going to run the numbers on this one. I'm more curious about this one than the 5-string because everything looks completely original in here. I think we could just tighten up the hardware, get it cleaned up and strung up and set up, and make this guitar play rock and roll again. It's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We did an initial checkout on the 4-string Ibanez bass guitar. It kind of the cousin of the 5-string, same owner, 2 different guitars. We're going to do a second video on this guitar really soon, and we're going to get back to the 5-string really soon. Anything you need from me, we're on 396guitars.com. If you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe on YouTube. We're here to help. We'll talk soon.